Welcome to the Sunday Night Talk, the show where we answer the questions: were the games we watched on Sunday the greatest part of our day? A distraction from our family? Or a way to relive our childhoods? Have you ever thought, why don't they play football like they used to? Can you remember waiting all week just to watch one matchup? Do you remember rushing home to watch SportsCenter? Do you even remember what SportsCenter is? If you can answer yes to those questions, this is the show for you. I am your host, Patrick Ramirez, and along with me is my longtime friend, Omar Carmona. Each week, we watch as many games as we can to see what made us laugh, cry, and genuinely drove us absolutely crazy. And we do that by giving out weekly awards. If you have award winners yourself, you can drop a comment under the video. Thank you so much for listening, and please hit the subscribe button and share with a friend. It's how our little show grows. And if you like what you see, please take a look at my other shows on the channel. There's stand-up comedy, the movie series, and my one-on-one interviews. Now, on to the Sunday Night Talk. All right, everybody, it is Sunday night, recording this 10:35 Central Time. Omar is here. We're just wrapping up Sunday night. Wow, we went all the way to the end of the game this Sunday night. Omar Carmona is here. God, we have a lot of games to talk about. I didn't expect this Sunday night to happen the way it did. Really unusual first half. I wrote down the last couple possessions in chronological order just to try and track this. But your impression of this Sunday night, bigger win for New England or bigger loss for Buffalo?
Definitely a statement game for New England. I think this is one of those games that, for so many years we saw the Patriots dominate that division, and it kind of seemed like the Bills just kind of took over once the Belichick Brady era ended. The Bills just took it over from there with Josh Allen. So definitely a strike back in favor of the Patriots against the Bills. So definitely a statement win, big win for New England.
It was one of those games where I had to watch every minute of that especially the last quarter, but every possession was so vital. Everything was so heavy. The turnovers, the flags were kind of a wild card to it all. We'll talk about it, but we have a lot of games to discuss, starting with Thursday night, because we kind of just end up usually skipping Thursday night on our Sunday night talk, but your San Francisco 49ers going to LA and beat LA Rams, and you texted me that night, we need to start off with this San Francisco win on the show on Sunday. So, Omar, you get the floor. Wait, hold on. Are you still watching the broadcast? Chris Collinsworth is defending Mike Tirico like he's defending the pass right now. The show never ends on Sunday night. This is great. He's out of his chair. He's got his hands on Tirico. This is great. Okay, Thursday night.
Patrick, I wanted to talk about it so bad because another huge win for San Francisco. There may be a quarterback controversy brewing. I don't know. I mean, this is Brock Purdy's team. They paid him all that money. But when you think about it, this team just seems to be gelling. I think it's more of a win for Kyle Shanahan. I think he is establishing himself as the best offensive mind in the game, where he can take a player like Brock Purdy, take a player like Mac Jones, Garoppolo, and basically they could give them the tools to get to the Super Bowl. So am I so jaded to think that this is the best team in the league? No, they're not the best team in the league. They got holes. They're hurt, they're bloodied, they're injured. But you know what? They keep winning games like this. Who knows what can happen? Just a very scrappy team, and we haven't been able to say that about the 49ers in many years.
Yeah, I think scrappy is a good term for it. They're banged up, they're injured, which at least at this point in the Niners era, they just know they're going to lose 3 to 7 players a year. And maybe that's better because they're prepared for it now. They're prepared for injuries. So you think Mac Jones this is his job to lose now, or he's just keeping it warm for Purdy, or they've got a 1-2 punch? What do you see an ideal scenario for this Mac Jones situation? Because I agree with you. I think he's the biggest story of that Thursday night.
He's keeping it warm for Purdy.
Okay, so and what's Purdy's status?
but who knows if he's going to be ready for next week? Probably not. But I just think
Hmm.
if Mac Jones strings together maybe another 2 wins in a row, maybe hard to pull that trigger.
Might be one of those like let's just ride the hand that's hot. I mean, and Mac Jones, like he had a great game and he was taking some serious hits. That last play, like he comes off the field like holding his back, like he had something internally injured. And did you see like his pants fell off at
Yeah.
one point? Like he looked like he was wearing pants too big for him, and they're just sliding off his butt, and he's like walking off all limping off. And then they get the win. 20, I think it's 23-20 was the result of that game. But I was thinking, like, if this game goes into overtime, like, how is Mac Jones gonna manage this?
Right.
We didn't get to see that. Did you read this story? It came out today. I saw it on one of the feeds. Did you see Mac Jones said he saw a dead body outside the hotel before the game?
I did not see that. Tell me about this one.
Yeah, he saw. Apparently they were in a hotel by a lagoon or something, and he saw what he thought was a body in the lagoon. And then, like, 10, 15 minutes later, all the ambulances, the EMT trucks, and the coroner comes to get the body. And Mac Jones, like, I saw a dead body before the game. Like, this season has just been really strange for things that are off the field. And, like, make no mistake, October is the month for off-season stories in the NFL. It's always October. It's funny like that. It's our October surprise. So maybe Mac Jones is just seeing dead bodies. He's getting hit in the ribs. His pants are falling off. Maybe he's just so battle tested. He's so desensitized. All he does is play football and make plays. So now you're confident on the Niners after that win.
Not confident, but I think
God, you never give your team any like the flowers. You're
no,
very
no, no,
cautious with them.
because again, they're just too banged up to be that confident. But I'm starting to get impressed that they can go down in the trenches and play a team for 60 minutes. That's as good as it's going to get, I think, for our team.
And that Rams team was no joke. Like the Rams
Oh,
team is a team that is going to ruin someone's season or going to win a wild card. The Rams are not a pushover team. It's not like they beat Atlanta. The Rams are, yeah, a heavyweight with them. So you're feeling good about your team, but you're cautious about injuries. You like Mac Jones in the starting role. And we still haven't seen McCaffrey get injured yet.
No, not yet.
Right. So who are the injuries that they're missing on the Niners? Kittle?
George Kittle, Bosa, Brock Purdy, Jawan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall. I mean, it's a lot of them.
Jeez. Who do they have next week?
Oh, I don't even know.
Oh, okay. Well, the Niners looking very good with their one loss. They're leading the division, and you're feeling very good about it on a Thursday night. You were texting me. I'm ready
feeling
to talk
good.
about this team, and you're feeling cautiously optimistic.
Cautiously optimistic. Yes, sir.
So cautiously optimistic. What's the ceiling for the Niners? The division win is possible,
A division when it's possible, a home game in the playoffs is very possible. So,
and you know where the Super Bowl is this year, right?
San Francisco.
Okay, so all the pieces are on
Oh, that's going to be tough
the
at the
table.
Buccaneers, next week. So that's going to be a big game.
That's going to be, yeah, marquee game. 49ers at Buccaneers. I guess we'll wait to see an injury report on Purdy, but they have someone who can play QB in Mac Jones. All right, that was the Niners report from Omar. All right, Omar, I'm going to read some NFL headlines for you this week to start us
All
off.
right.
I got Philly and Buffalo lose their first. Washington goes to LA and wins handily. The Jets are still winless. And Mark Sanchez gets arrested.
That's the headline, Pat. What happened to Mark Sanchez?
Yeah, you were sending me something. You do the thing that drives me crazy. You send me you text me something that I read 6 hours ago. You're up there with people who text me the weather. But we see this Sanchez story breaks yesterday afternoon. And in true news breaking fashion, we just getting little crumbs every so often. Like the first headline I read about it, Mark Sanchez in hospital being treated for stab wounds. So now your mind is racing and you're like, oh my God, what happened? What happened? Is he okay? Was he injured in some sort of, was he attacked? And then a couple hours later, a police report is released. Mark Sanchez is arrested for assault, public intoxication, unlawful entry of a vehicle. And now the pieces are starting to come together of what this night was. And I read a news article today with a little more details of the fight, and I saw a picture of the guy in the hospital that looked pretty rough.
I saw it too.
You saw it too, but I've been searching all afternoon for the security footage video. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if you've seen any video, but I haven't seen any video yet of the Sanchez assault.
I haven't either, but Patrick, he's a 69-year-old man. Mark Sanchez still in great shape, and sounds like he was drunk, I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but definitely doesn't seem like a good look for Mark Sanchez.
No, well, they got charged. It's not looking good at all. And also, like, Sanchez was really tying one on a day and a half before he had to work, which makes me think, what else you been doing this season, Mark Sanchez?
Right.
What's going on with you? Yeah, I read a story where the man had pepper spray.
Right.
And the report said, I sprayed him with pepper spray, and that just seemed to anger him. I was like, what is Mark Sanchez, a fucking bear? He's mad at pepper spray now? Like, you're just making him more aggressive. And then he got stabbed and apparently threw this guy all over the street. Geez, this is rough. So all this led to me being really interested to watch the top of the broadcast of which Mark Sanchez was supposed to do, the Indianapolis-Vegas game. Because we had Brady Quinn steps in for Mark Sanchez. So a real switcheroo of USC to Notre Dame player there. They should have brought in whoever Mark Sanchez's backup was at USC to broadcast the game, you know?
Oh, I think we should try. Maybe that's a question as to who that was.
Yeah, who was that? But yeah, Brady Quinn steps in, and I'm watching like, how are they going to address this? And they gave it a pretty tame, our thoughts and prayers are with Mark Sanchez and the family of Mark Sanchez for a speedy recovery. I was like, well, that was a nice sweep under the rug. So right. Mark Sanchez might be a silent killer.
Who knows what his status is going to be with CBS after this, but
they'll probably let him go, don't you think?
I think he's going to be on some sort of paid leave.
Yeah, I would think so, because it seems like he was pretty obviously at fault here. And it seems like it was a drunken argument over a parking spot.
Right.
So this looks like a big drunken fight.
It's a 69-year-old food delivery guy. I mean, it's just like,
yeah,
nothing's looking good right now, right?
Nothing's looking good in his defense at all. Like, I was thinking when the first report came out, Mark Sanchez went out, they probably got a little drunk, and like a fan or somebody's yelling from across the bar, hey, butt fumble. And then he's like, all right, guys, all right. And then, 30 minutes later, hey, butt fumble, what happened there, butt fumble? All right, guys. And then end of the night, he's like, hey, where you going, butt fumble? And Mark Sanchez is just like, all right, that's it. I'm fucking, like, that's what I was envisioning in my head. But that's not what happened. You could have went.
And you'd be okay with that.
I was like, hey, man, don't play with fire. But we did not get that story. But you could have went a few ways. You could have went butt fumble. You could have went hot dog. Remember when he ate the hot dog on the sideline? You could have went, remember when he wore the headband and he had like that curly hair in the back? Like, there's like 3 heckles you could throw at Mark Sanchez.
For sure.
Yeah, I think it was on the cover of a couple like Pretty Boy magazines, like a couple good heckles. And that's kind of what I thought this story was going to be. But no, this sounds like a angry, drunken, rageful Mark Sanchez at a truck driver. My God. And you think this is the headline of the week, huh?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now that all the games have ended, like I think we'll get some more details coming out. And then that first picture of him leaving the hospital or something is going to be huge. TMZ's going to have it or something. So Mark Sanchez, wow, who knew this guy was just such an animal? Makes me wonder, like, we never heard a single Gronk drunken story, have we?
No, I mean we
Surprise! Like I would think that guy would
I
have
think
some
the only
violence. Nope.
thing that came out is when, and again, it's Patrick. I'm big into my audiobook. The time that he was taking photos of with that porn star, he took some flack for that. But other than that, and he was very apologetic to Mr. Kraft when that happened. So that's been the only time. But he something like this. Wow, it's just a strange story for Mark Sanchez.
Very strange. What do you think? He'll probably get let go from CBS, paid leave.
Then get on a bill, get a podcast.
Yeah. Like what do you think? He'll be on McAfee?
Yeah,
Maybe Barstool?
oh, I don't know. Who do we even want him at this point? I mean,
Are you kidding? This is a big story. They definitely would want him.
okay. Well, we'll see what happens.
Well, maybe not a podcast, for an interview.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
exclusive
McAfee.
interview. Yeah.
McAfee.
McAfee would be good. I'd like to say that because McAfee would give him a few softballs at first and then ease into the story of it. So McAfee would be a big get. Sanchez. Wow. So yeah, I'm agreement. I think they let him go. Although I'm not 100% that they let him go. Maybe a nice apology statement, and maybe he's back in 4 weeks.
Oh, we'll see.
Wow. All right. Mark Sanchez, headline of the day. Yeah, great story, too. I just loved how it was breaking throughout the day. All right, moving on to some games. I want to start up top with this game because the Raiders officially bottomed out today, ruined my birthday.
Ruined your birthday, Pat. Happy birthday, by the way. I should
Thanks.
start with the happy birthday.
Thanks. It's my birthday today. So
I did. So the audience knows I did send you a happy birthday. You did remind me that it was your birthday right now.
Yes, you did. You gave me the happy birthday. Can't wait to talk later. So I was like, okay, Omar's good for the show tonight. We'll talk about it. Yeah, and then day started off good. And I'll even say the game started off good. The Raiders went on defense first, got the Colts to go 3 and out. So I think I had about 7 minutes of enjoyable birthday. And then the Raiders officially, the bottom fell out and they ruined my birthday. I can't remember a single birthday I've ever had a Sunday or Monday where the Raiders won, now that I think about it. So I should have seen this coming.
This was bad, Pat. It was bad. But what's you tell me as a Raiders fan, what do you predict right now is going on inside the Raiders locker room right now?
You know, they've put me through 4 straight weeks of agony, and it's gotten worse every single week. It's like 1 week, okay. 2 weeks, all right, we got to fix it up. 3 weeks, it's like, okay, this is a problem. 4 weeks, now we're like, the season's over. There's no way we can compete for a division, for a wild card, if this is what we're going to put out on the field. And now if it comes to this portion or this offering, now I think it's purely on the coaching. And you go back to the draft. They didn't draft well. They decided to develop the talent they had, traded for Geno. We had Genty, who's been an odd diamond in the rough, somewhat. Not enough to put up big numbers, but good, like enough that you were like, okay, this is a good player. But They have nobody. And then the worst glaring thing is, second week in a row, they have a huge special teams fuck up. They got a punt blocked, and the punter gets injured. And then the week before, they lose the game to the Bears on a blocked field goal. This is really, really bad. And I feel kind of sorry for Pete Carroll. Like, I'm not even mad at Pete Carroll. I was like, I feel sorry for this old man. Why are you putting him through this stress? So it's been really, really bad for the Raiders this year. I mean, the brightest part of the Raiders game was I thought Brady Quinn was actually good on the broadcast. I thought he jumped in there and had things to say. He flowed with it. He had details to cover. He was seeing things out on the field. But I turned it off. I had to walk away. I had to walk away third quarter and just let it lie.
I don't blame you, Pat. It was just ugly to watch, but hey, another big win for Daniel Jones. I think I sent you the question. Can the Colts, is it time to say they're a contender for the AFC?
Yeah, well, what's the rest of their schedule look like is question number one. And who else is in their division? They got Dolphins.
No, in their division, it's Texans, Jaguars, Titans.
That's
So
right. Okay. So Jaguars are 3-1. And then depending on what the rest of their schedule looks like, they're winning games. And they look like several times it's 3rd and 12, and Daniel Jones is finding the man, converting these. And he had a couple great inside the 10 touchdown throws as well. So I don't know what their flaw is right now. They lose that one game to, who did they lose to? Was it not the Chargers? Who did they lose to last week in a weird one?
who
The Colts. Who did they lose to last
oh
week?
I'm drawing a blank here, Pat.
But it was a game that might have been like a cross-country game type of thing that you might be able to write off. They look really good, and as long as there's no injuries, and depending on their schedule, I don't see anyone who really can threaten them. We just have to find out if this Jaguars team is real or not.
Right.
So, do you think
Big game tomorrow. Big game tomorrow with Kansas City. So
that'll be big? Yeah, one of the few Monday night games featuring Jacksonville that I'm kind of excited to watch. Do you think Mark Sanchez went on this drunken, aggressive tirade just so he didn't have to call the Raider game?
That's a great point. I think that could be a hot
Well,
take.
I went full conspiracy last week when I told you Geno Smith might be into the mob like by $2 million. And that's why he's tanking all these games. Now maybe something's up with Mark Sanchez.
Could be.
Doesn't always like, what? I got the Raiders this week? I'm going to go throw this truck driver in the curb. That's my conspiracy. But I think the Raiders have officially bottomed out. Don't you? The season's over. There's no rallying from this.
Well, it just seems that it seems like there's just no confidence in Geno Smith right now. The defense can't stop anything. I mean, it was just a pathetic performance. So we'll see what happens, Pat.
Yeah, they can't bounce back from like a good team. We saw it tonight, Sunday night. A good team can bounce back from a turnover, from a bad drive. And the Raiders can't. At one point, they actually got the ball. I think it was probably 10-3 at this point. And they got the ball inside the 20, and Geno throws a pass that gets tipped in the air, and it's intercepted. Drive over. And then they were just done at that point. The defense was like, we can't go out again and try and stop these guys. The offense was just deflated, and they couldn't run the ball at that point. I thought they actually were running the ball okay in those first 7 minutes before I turned the game off.
Right.
But they just don't have enough, and they had both tight ends out of the game today. Bowers and Mayers are both out. It's really bad. And we're 5 weeks in, and offensive coordinator Chip Kelly still can't figure this out. Like, what's the Raiders' identity? Nobody knows. We haven't figured out anything. Can't really pass. Can't really run. I don't know what the hell's going on with this team. And Chip Kelly, an experienced OC, it's got to be on him at this point. We cannot figure out a game plan. And now I just think the defense is tired. And mark my words, Max Crosby's going to get hurt. He's going to pull a hamstring or have a quad something. And he's going to be like, why am I going to play hard for the next 4 games? I'm resting up. So that was the Raiders ruining my birthday. I went to the grocery store in the fourth quarter. I was like, I'm going to go get some food. And I didn't even drive. I walked.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had a miserable birthday watching that team.
That was terrible. I can't believe that Raiders did that to me. That was really rough. And then I kind of went on Raiders Twitter, and I heard a lot of people have some angry rants about the Raiders, blaming coaching, blaming Geno, just blaming just everything you can think of. they were blamed. So that was the Raiders. They go to 1-3. Are they 1-3? I think so. And then on the flip side, Indianapolis looks kind of good. Oh, you did another thing that drove me crazy. Why'd you do this? I'm watching the Raiders game, and their punt gets blocked, and you text me, block punt. Omar, what are you trying to do to me? Why are you texting me things that I am physically experiencing watching? What is the point of this? Why don't you text me the time of day while you're at it?
Is that cruel? Is that cruel?
I just don't know what your logic was. Like, let me tell Pat what's happening in a game that he's already watching. I told you, never text me the weather, never text me the time, and never text me the plays of a game that I'm watching. You're sick, Omar. You're a sick man. I denounce you for you.
Pat, that's on me. That's on me.
Omar, I just want to know why. I just want to know why you did this. Why you texted me that. What's going on through your head there? Did you think I was not watching the game?
No, I'm sorry, Pat. I guess I just want to make you.
You have no response.
I want you to know that I was suffering.
Oh, I don't believe that for a second. All right, well, at least we got to the bottom of it. At least you didn't give me a non-answer. I'll give you some credit for that. Oh, my last note was midway through the third quarter. Can Max Crosby play QB for the Raiders? Let's just have him line up and just run the ball every time.
We may get to that point, Pat.
Who cares, right? Yeah. All right. Well, let's stop talking about the Raiders. Next game, surprisingly interesting game. Miami at Carolina. Good game. And I turned the Raider game off, and then I put the sound on this one. And the announcers for this Miami game were very excitable. They were like really animated. I don't know if you watched this game or you red zoned it, but there's one point where like Tua drops back and Carolina blitzes and the announcer goes, Tua drops back, pressure! The guy yells, pressure! It was it hooked me. So here's my main point of the game. Miami's down 3. It's 3rd and 10. Tua takes a sack.
Oh.
You would think by now Tua knows you can take a sack on 3rd and 10. Got to figure out if you're going to go for it, say on 4th and 10. Oh my God. Miami just does enough to lose games at sea. On the flip side, Carolina didn't look that bad.
No, and I was impressed with Bryce Young to stay in the game the way he did, and there were some struggles, but ultimately, hey, he won the game, so I gotta give him his flowers.
Couple weird penalties down the stretch in that game too, but you're right. I thought Bryce Young was really efficient out there. Took everything they gave him. Carolina had some big catches when they needed it. I kind of liked Carolina in there. I liked them a lot. So Carolina gets the win. Now here's another one I kind of wanted to turn off. Ended up being one of the better games of the early slate. New York Giants at New Orleans. Oh. Jackson Dart's second start. And then I wrote down, hey, shouldn't every rookie QB get to play the Saints? just for fun. And yet the Saints were up for this game. They won. Were you impressed at all by the Saints or more disappointed by the Giants?
I was disappointed with the Giants, but again, I just think that this coaching staff and general manager, I said this in previous shows, Pat, they're not going to be around for the long haul. So I just hope Jackson Dart stays healthy and gets some these good reps and learns from these, but it's not going to be this coach taking him.
Yeah, and it seemed like today Jackson Dart was kind of playing backyard football. If he could run, he ran. If he could scramble and get a pass, he could. But that was about it. He was kind of out of ideas by the second half. Bunch of fumbles too from the Giants. And I kind of like watching Spencer Rattler. he's a little wild card on that half. He's a young Jameis Winston.
Wasn't bad, right?
Kind of like the Saints. All right, next game. This one's got a red flag by it. Houston 44, Baltimore 10. No Lamar. I think Baltimore is officially in trouble.
Oh, it's bad.
For this season. They can't move the ball. And then forget offense. What happened? 44 points on you? So, and I think Houston is kind of figuring out how to play now too. But I think Baltimore may be done.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think they may be done. And I think the this injury has exposed the Ravens where they look so one-dimensional. Without Lamar, there really is no team.
Who's had a greater fall from week one? We went from week one Sunday Night Classic to, whoa, we just watched the two best teams in the league, to Baltimore. Like, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. They have really slid.
We were talking about how close they were to beating Buffalo that first Sunday Night Football, and now they've slid, and so everyone was predicting this is still a Super Bowl, contender. Patrick, their defense is awful. Their defense is just awful. So, and it kind of seems like, wow, they kind of threw threw the Texans a bone. They're like, maybe this was the team. Imagine going to Baltimore, and that's the game you needed to get back on track.
Right. This was there's always that game where it's like, this is the back on track game. And when you don't win that game, it's like last week it was Bears for the Raiders. And you're like, wait a second. Not only is the Bears taking you to the last second, you're losing this game. Turns out you're not on any track. And this was Baltimore's get on track. It did not happen. At home to score 10 points. A backup QB should be able to score more than 10 points. I think Baltimore's in trouble. I would not put a lot of money on Baltimore to do anything the rest of this season. I don't know what Lamar's status and prognosis is, but I don't know if he would have scored 45 points today. Unbelievable. All right, next game, our first unbeaten falls of the day. Denver at Philadelphia. It seemed like Denver didn't really seem up to this game the first half. What did they go down, 17-3?
Yeah.
To start? And all of a sudden they just lit a fire and they were just like rolling. Tony Romo was all impressed. Bo Nix is making plays. What did you make of this game? Because Philly did exactly the Philly thing where it's like boring, hang around, one good pass, two bad passes. But Denver pulled it off. They held them in the end. So are we seeing a Denver team that could win the AFC West?
Absolutely, Patrick. This now they've been able to string together some wins, a shaky start. I like Bo Nix. I think he's a quarterback that this defense can definitely rally around and create some opportunity, short field possessions for Bo Nix. So I really think Denver is a threat to win the AFC, not only the West, but to win the whole conference.
Like we kind of shit on Denver for 4 straight weeks. And give it to Sean Payton. He put something together that really worked. And they weren't playing good at first. No. And he's got that team. They've bought in. They rallied. They stayed together. And they really came through that second half. And it took some good defense to stop. Because Philly's got the ball at the end of the game. And you're like, oh, great. Philly's going to pull off some dumb pass or something's going to happen. And they're going to be able to win this game. And Denver stood tall.
They did, Pat.
They really did. It was a really big display. I mean, this was a coming out party for Bo Nix and Sean Payton as a coach, too. Tony Romo and Jim Nantz were on the call. And did you hear this quote from Tony Romo? There was a part where I think they went for it. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, I wrote it down here. Yeah, they're down 7. They score a touchdown, and they kick the extra point to tie. Like they didn't go for 2. Something like that. And Tony Romo goes to Jim Nantz, and he says, so one thing we know about Sean Payton, he's really confident. Just like in the Super Bowl when he kicked that onside kick. Did you ever see that play, Jim Nantz? I'm like,
right.
I was at the game, dude.
But one thing is they were not in a bar fight the night before getting stabbed in a parking lot.
Hey, Jim, did you ever see me stab a guy? Did you ever see that? Hey, Jim, did you ever see Ray Lewis get arrested Super Bowl Saturday? Just crazy. Tony Romo, you're crazy, man. Hey, Jim, did you ever see that onside kick in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Tony, I called the game, Tony. Oh, you did? It reminds me of that scene in Wayne's World where Wayne's going to pick up his car and the car attendant guy's like, oh, did you guys go to the concert last night? He's like, Phil, we were there. They had this lead singer. She was super hot. Phil, we were there. You should have
Yeah,
been there, man. He's like, Phil, are you mental? Like, that's what it reminded me of. Tony Romo
that was
asking if Jim
good.
Nantz saw football games.
That was good.
All right, how about this one? Dallas at the New York Jets, an actual get back on track game where a team got back on track. 37-22. This was the game Dallas needed. I don't think there's that much to say about it other than everything Dallas did clicked. They look sharp. Jets not that good, and yet the Dallas had their way with them. So, any thoughts on this game? Did this do anything for you? Do you feel better for the Cowboys? Do you feel worse for the Jets? What's your reaction to this game?
Oh, just Jets. I hate to say it, but they're still the Jets. They're still the Jets. And
It's our only winless team left in the league.
is it? Oh
Yep.
my God, that's disappointing because I do like Aaron Glenn. But
Mm-hmm.
it's just they're still the Jets.
Yep. Another team that kind of slid potential from week one to now. We're like, hey, check them out. They put up a lot of points against the Steelers. And then it's just they haven't got a win since. On the flip side, Dallas got the win they need. They needed that win bad. Next game, hey, we forgot there was like a London game. Where was this game early in the morning? Minnesota at Cleveland. Minnesota wins at the last second with a Carson Wentz touchdown pass.
Yeah. At Cleveland again didn't look good. Dylan Gabriel, I mean, he didn't play bad, but and the Browns defense they held strong, but it just seemed like when Minnesota got the ball at the end, I just had to think they were going to score on the Browns.
This isn't good enough for a best innovation award, but I'm going to float it anyway. What about this for an innovation? How about all the teams that have to go overseas and play in London or Rio or Germany? They should have an overseas quarterback. So they
Right.
bring a Carson Wentz so they don't have to take their starter. And they're like, you're going to be our Germany quarterback, Wentz. You're taking the reps. You're taking the 12-hour flight.
Your Euro team.
Yeah, you're our Euro quarterback. Yeah, and like that from preseason. Like I'm gonna play. I'm the starting week 4 in Germany, so I know what's going on. What do you think about that? A Euro quarterback, just
Patrick,
to save a little wear and tear on your QBs.
let's go with that, Pat.
Yeah, Carson Wentz. He was the Euro quarterback today. All right, how about this for a potential game of the week? Tampa Bay at Seattle. First of all, two old school uniform matchups. Perfect. Perfect. They both wore era appropriate uniforms. And I thought this game felt like a straight up wild card game that we were
It
watching. Back and forth, heavyweight shots, blow by blow.
If it didn't you
Great
feel like
game.
you were back in the sixth grade looking at the game though? Like it just
Yeah, I
felt like
loved it.
and
Not
and,
only
and
that, all the sideline guys had the clothes on too. Had to
right.
go. Yeah, so I loved it. And then it was a great game
The
too.
field, the end zones were the old Seahawks, font
Hmm.
green. So, but it also kind of had that feel like, oh yeah, that's right. When I was young, I would pass over this game because it was two crappy teams at the time.
Hmm.
Uh, but wow, Baker Mayfield is going to have his say in the playoff race. That's what I'm going to say about that.
Hmm. This ended up not being an issue, but Tampa Bay's down 7. They score a touchdown. It's a minute 8 left, and they decide to kick the extra point to tie it. So they didn't go for 2. Luckily, Sam Darnold got picked, and they got to kick the field goal. But this day and age, it almost seems like 90% of the league would have went for 2 at that point. But they kicked the extra point. They played it safe, and then they got the pick from Darnold, and then they could kick an extra point. So Tampa Bay, very strong. I think Tampa Bay might be in that maybe class of the league when it comes to the NFC. Like, who would want to play them? Nobody. The really feisty team that doesn't quit. What are the odds on a Baker Mayfield MVP right now? Because
Oh,
I would like some good odds on that.
he's slowly crawling himself in that direction, right?
Mm-hmm. Any worry about Sam Darnold? This is the second game where a little Sam Darnold fuck up loses the game. He had that fumble against the Niners. He had this weird tip pass that got intercepted today. It's like these little things that you can't really quantify, but also just some teams are just snake bitten with unlucky stuff like that. He's done it twice now. I don't know what to make of it.
We'll see what happens. But then the argument can be made it was Sam Darnold that kept him in the game.
Mm-hmm. I agree. He's a big bright spot for that team. Just those two weird little things that you can't really fully blame him. The pass that got picked went off somebody's helmet. So it's tough. It's tough Seattle has two really rough losses. But great game, great uniforms. Moving on. Hey, another good game. Actually, another good game starting out. Washington at the LA Chargers. LA starts out hot, and then I think Washington scored 20 straight points at one point. And I'm a little concerned about Herbert and the Chargers offense. Couldn't really do a whole lot in this game.
It's not the offense. It's the defense. Harbaugh is announcing at the end of the game that he's going to stick with his defensive coordinator despite their struggles. They never got a hold of this game.
No, they really didn't. Herbert looked like 2 years ago Herbert. And then like the Chargers were like, they had a drive where they got it 1st and 10. Herbert throws like a 17-yard pass, but there's a holding penalty. So they go back. They 1st and 20. Herbert throws a 30-yard pass, and then they get it's one of those weird illegal shift penalties. So now they go back 5 yards, and then Herbert throws like a 10-yard pass, and it's like 4th and 12. I'm like, Herbert had like 50 yards of passing on this drive that didn't count. They were just constantly going backwards on some of these drives. So I wonder, I'm a little concerned for the Chargers, like at home, Washington. They should have played better than this.
I agree. So they look so dominant the first few weeks, and now they're kind of they're back to earth,
On the flip side, how about Washington? Really like them now.
Impressive win.
Yeah, quarterback looks good. Defense is flying to the ball. They go across the country, and they put up 27 on what we think is a good Chargers team. I like the Commanders right now. NFC stacked right now.
It seems like that.
Here's a good game that sounded good in April. Detroit at Cincinnati. Cincinnati has no offense. Absolutely nothing.
At what point are you calling Kirk Cousins' agent and see if you can work out a trade?
Phone calls are being made. You're right. Because Jake Browning cannot move the ball. I think he had 3 picks in the first half of this game. This was the game, like, it kind of started when the Raiders game was ending. And I was like, oh, perfect. I'm walking to the grocery store, and I'll just kind of catch this game when I come back. This was my walk to the grocery store game. Detroit looking good, 37-24, and it was not even that close.
Oh, it was a terrible game.
All right, I have a feeling you kind of like this game, our last one on the slate. Tennessee at Arizona.
Hated this game.
Hated it. How about it? Tennessee gets their first win.
Patrick, Arizona, I'm in a survivor pool. I picked Arizona to win. You're a professional athlete, Patrick. How do you drop a ball?
Isn't that second week in a row we see this? Didn't someone do that last week?
It's just been going on it's just too much now, Pat. It's too much.
It's one of those things like, because we never saw this as kids. Like, no one made this dumb mistake. And then like Leon Lett did it, and a bunch of college guys did it. And all of a sudden, it happens every 14 months. It's kind of like when a skateboarder first did the first 720. And we're like, whoa, look at that. And then all of a sudden, 8 people could do it in 6 months. It's the 4-minute mile. We're like, no one will break the 4-minute mile. And then somebody did it. And all of a sudden, everybody could do it. And I think that's what this is. It's just this weird mental thing where everybody drops the ball before the end zone. Oh my God,
It's got to stop. And then Arizona intercepts the ball, fumbles the ball, and the Titans recover it in the end zone. So you go from interception to a touchdown.
this was just the Titans' day. Just the Titans' day. I had Arizona was up 21-19. 2 minutes left. Arizona has the ball. It's 4th and 7, and they punt. Very curious decision there. Arizona to punt it on 4th and 7. Because, okay, go for it and say you don't get it. Give Tennessee the short field. They score. You might have some more time to get the ball back.
Yeah.
Think of that 3 moves, because what happened is Tennessee got the ball, went all the way down the field, kicked a chip shot field goal, and won. No time left on the clock.
Cardinals started the game 21-3, I think.
Yep. They fell apart. But Tennessee gets their first win. Cam Ward's pretty fun to watch.
Yeah.
He's got
some fight. He's got some fight.
He's got a lot of fight, and he does the thing with he throws a deep ball and Hopkins catches it or something cool. And then they do the replay of Cam Ward's face, and his face is always like, oh my God, he caught it. He's always surprised that they're completed. He's like, yeah, Tennessee. So those were all the slated games this Sunday. I got a little list for you before we go to trivia. And this is a list of teams that I have officially eliminated from playoff contention.
Already? Okay, so
this is early October, and I've eliminated 5 teams.
Okay. Can I take a stab?
Okay, let me. Okay, let's see. I got 5 teams that I have officially eliminated from playoff contention. Go ahead.
You would have the Jets out.
Jets are out.
You would have the Dolphins out.
I do not have the Dolphins out. I thought they had some fight today.
Okay, you would have the Titans out.
Titans are out. Fun team, not going anywhere.
Okay. You would have the Giants out.
Nope, I don't have the Giants out.
I'm my last guess. You have the Bengals out.
I got the Bengals out. They're out. They have no offense. They're gonna trade for Kirk Cousins. I eliminated Las Vegas. There's no way they're going to the playoffs. There's no way. And I eliminated Cleveland.
Okay.
I don't know what. Yeah, I don't see anything happen with the Giants. And who was the other one? I could see them getting hot for a little bit and fighting for a wild card at the end of the season. That's what I'm basing it on. Is there any scenario where these teams fight for a wild card at the end of the season? So I've eliminated those 5 teams from the playoffs.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. All right. You got 3.
Okay, good.
All right. Well, now it's time for trivia, Omar. We went through the games. We like to liven it up here on the show. Couple new listeners, couple new subscribers every week. So we sort of have to tell them how this works. So right before we go to the awards, sometimes we throw in a little trivia. And as previously stated, it was my birthday today. So I got a little trivia game for you based off of NFL birthdays.
Okay.
And the way the game works is I'm going to give you a player, and you're going to try and guess their zodiac sign by those traits of the zodiac sign.
I wouldn't know, but okay.
Okay, so we're going to start out with current players category. So we got Aaron Rodgers. Now, is Aaron Rodgers a Sagittarius, a Libra, or a Cancer? Would you like to hear the descriptions of those zodiac signs?
Please.
All right. Sagittarius is adventurous, honest, and tactless. Or is it a Libra, diplomatic, cooperative, indecisive? Or is he a Cancer, loyal, protective, or moody?
I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers as a Cancer.
Aaron Rodgers was born December 2nd. He is a Sagittarius. He is adventurous, honest, and tactless. I'll go with adventurous of that description.
Okay.
You know what's kind of funny? I'm reading all these zodiac signs. And no matter what, you find your birthday and then you read it and you're like, hey, that's true. But you know what? You never read any of the other signs. So of course you think it's true. I think the zodiac calendar was developed by a bunch of middle-aged chicks.
Probably. Nothing better to do.
They're just like, hey, yeah, I am diplomatic. Oh, yeah, I'm creative. Oh, yeah, that's because I was born in July. Okay, I think you got the hang of the game now. So here we go. Next current player, Baker Mayfield. Is he an Aries, a Leo, or a Gemini? The traits for an Aries are energetic, courageous, impulsive. Leo, creative, generous, domineering. Or a Gemini, curious, quick-witted, inconsistent.
He's an Aries.
You are correct. He is an Aries. He is born April 14th. He is energetic, courageous, and impulsive. Very good description, I would say, of Baker Mayfield there. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, you got one right there. All right, next category. We're going current NFL coach. Pete Carroll. Is he a Leo, a Virgo, or a Taurus? Traits for a Virgo are analytical, hardworking, critical. Virgo. Oh, wait, sorry, I read the wrong one. That was Virgo. A Leo, creative, generous, domineering, or a Taurus. Reliable, practical, stubborn. Ooh, man, he could be all these. All right, Pete
So he's
Carroll.
a Virgo.
Virgo. You are correct. Two in a row here. Analytical. I don't know about that. Hardworking. Okay. Critical. He's going to need to get critical. All right. Next coach, Jim Harbaugh. Is he a Capricorn, Aquarius, or Scorpio? Capricorn would be disciplined, responsible, unforgiving. And Aquarius is independent, intellectual, detached. Or a Scorpio, passionate, resourceful, jealous.
I want to say he's a Capricorn.
Jim Harbaugh is December 23rd. He is a Capricorn. You're right. He's disciplined, responsible, unforgiving. Man, it kind of nailed him on that one. Did you ever see that little video of him when he became the LA Chargers coach and he just drove an RV to an RV park in LA and he's like, I'm just going to live here. Yeah. That guy is very unforgiving. He's like, guess what? I'm in an RV. The family, you guys have a good family vacation. I'll be in the RV drawing up plays. And last category. This is Hall of Fame coach. And you got your choice. Do you want to go Bill Belichick or Jimmy Johnson?
Belichick.
All right. Bill Belichick. Is he an Aries, a Gemini, or a Sagittarius? Is he an Aries, which is energetic, courageous, impulsive? Is he a Gemini, curious, quick-witted, inconsistent? Or is he a Sagittarius, adventurous, honest, tactless?
I'm going to go Sagittarius.
He is an Aries, energetic, courageous, impulsive. You think that's right? Is he energetic, courageous, or impulsive?
Not impulsive.
I wouldn't say impulsive. I wonder how is this season going for North Carolina? Do we even follow it? It's not going well?
I think they lost again this weekend.
Jeez. I wish we had some more stories on that with like the girlfriend and stuff.
Now we got to look into that.
Yeah, I'm going to look into that because she was on the sideline a couple of times. I don't know if I saw the Colts owner-daughter lady on the sideline for today's game.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I'm going to have to keep an eye on her. She's on the sideline. I like how she dresses kind of like formal or elegant, and yet she still wears the headset and like a ball cap. She really sticks out. Okay. That brings us to the awards for the week. Every week we give out our awards, what we noticed. We do it in categories. And this week, first award, most memorable moment from the week. I got 3 nominees for most memorable moment. I got 2 minutes left in the Tampa Bay Seattle game. I got watching Cam Ward on his last drive. And I got every single scoring play from tonight's Sunday night game. So those are my memorable moments. I don't know. I guess I got to go Sunday night scoring plays.
Oh yeah, for sure. That was some interesting stuff. My most memorable moment's going to come Thursday. That big goal line stop for the 49ers to I mean, not goal line, but the big fourth down stop. I'm sorry, to hit the game. That was for me the memorable moment.
What did you think of Matt Jones's suit?
Did not
see
like
that?
Not a big fan.
Why? Mac Jones is kind of showing us that he's a bit of a wild card. He's a bit of a joker out there. We don't know what we're gonna get. You didn't like the what would you call that? The Two-Face suit. He was half red, half black suit. Definitely custom made. Definitely a tailored situation there.
Did not like it.
Got it. Did you what'd you think of that Sunday night play Drake Maye made where he stiff-armed the Bills defender and then made that like 8 or 9 yard pass to somebody? It's like, oh my God, that's a Josh Allen play.
That was nice, Pat.
Unbelievable. Chris Collinsworth was like jumping out of his shoes tonight.
2, please. Make that 3 with D.
Whoa. Whoa, what was that?
I got an add-on here.
New category, Omar's add-ons. All right, next award, the cringeworthy moment of the week. I got, this one actually came from the Raiders game, early in the game when there was still hope and my birthday was still going well. There was a moment where a Colts single player committed 2 penalties on one play. He committed a face mask and he tried to trip a guy in the same play. I think we should have got those 2 yardages accumulative. Like, you know, when someone goes to jail and the judge says those terms are to be served consecutively.
Yeah.
It means you got to add them on. We should have got 15 and 10 yards from that. It was very happy. Very Happy Gilmore. He's like, I'm the only guy who ever took his skate off and tried to stab somebody with it. So I got that one as nominee number 1. How about this one? I saw this in a few games. You know when they punt the ball and the receiver kind of runs away from it and the ball just bounces towards the 1? Right. How about letting a punt go? Like not trying to catch it. Letting a punt go will drive me crazy. Games being decided by a penalty happened in Miami and Philly as well. And then last nominee for cringeworthy, those NFL hats the coaches are wearing this week.
I didn't like them very much, but I want to say DeMarcado dropping that ball at the 1 yard line when he had an easy touchdown.
That one's hard to argue against. That one, I mean, that may just be an evergreen. Every time it happens, it's going to be like, that's our winner. The NFL hats, I saw Brian Daboll had one on, didn't fit, and Jim Harbaugh had one on, didn't fit. Like they were both sitting on the top of their heads.
Yeah.
Didn't look good. Next award. This one's a bit of a stretch. Best Innovation Award. They mentioned on the broadcast that it was 82 degrees in Buffalo today at Lake Erie. So how about for Best Innovation? How about global warming? Great innovation. 82 degrees, October 5th. That was my innovation for the week.
I like that. I'm going to go with you on that one. That's a nice one.
It's pretty warm here today as well in the central time zone. So warm all around. Next award, the Hot Take Award. All right, I got... Oh, yeah, okay, I was angry when I wrote this. How about if you get to the fourth quarter and you've scored 3 or less points, you should have to pay a fine. Your team should have to pay a fine, like to charity or something, because that's pathetic. It happened in the Raiders game. And there was another game where they didn't get to 3 to the fourth. I think they scored, but they almost got to the fourth quarter with 3 points. I think it was a Jets game. I think you should have to pay a fine to like the Boys and Girls League or something because that's pathetic.
I have a potential hot take. I think that after this loss today, the Arizona Cardinals may be looking for a new coach pretty soon.
Who is that coach? I don't even know who that guy is.
Yeah, I've seen him. I don't even know the guy's name, but to lose a game like that, 21-3, you're at home,
Yeah.
inexcusable.
And also, I don't like him because of the hat he wears. He wears just a white hat. Like, I think it has a cardinal on it, but it's white on white, so you can't really see anything. It doesn't show very good team spirit. He's just wearing like a cop hat.
Gannon.
Who is it?
Jonathan Gannon.
Never heard of that guy. Wow, we need to start taking bets for our first coach fired of the year.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's coming. Is anybody going to make it? Is anyone going to be fired before Halloween? That's the next one. There's a couple of hot seaters right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, next award, the Casting Couch Award. This is the one I'm most proud of for the week. In the movie about the arrest of Mark Sanchez, do you know who I have starring as Mark Sanchez?
Who's that?
Adam Driver.
That's a good one.
He's going to play Mark Sanchez, and I have two. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 potential titles for my Mark Sanchez movie starring Adam Driver. First one is called Quarterback Sneak. Second one, Trojan Horse. And last one, Butt to Butt.
How can you argue against Butt to Butt?
Oh, I thought you're going to hate that one. That was more of like the comedy. Butt to Butt.
I like
Maybe
that.
a buddy comedy?
Then on my casting couch, I want to say that the old man that he beats up is going to be Robert De Niro.
Oh my God. That'd be a good one. He's like, you talking to me? from the truck. Oh, that's a good one. The Adam Driver as Mark Sanchez. My God, what a rough week for Mark Sanchez. I wonder how much he had to drink. Like, just like an inventory of drinks. Like, did he put down 8 or 9 beers? Was he doing shots? Was he getting all sugared up with mixed drinks? Like, what do you think he's drinking to get so liquored up?
I think we're gonna find out soon.
I would sure like to know, because I just would. Remember when James Gandolfini died and they listed all the drinks he had that day, and it was like 14 pina coladas?
Right.
And you're like, oh, whoa, my God. It's like a window into their daily habits. I would just love to know the inventory. Let's get his bar tab. See what you actually had. Like, I could see him just crushing a lot of beers. Just a lot of calories, a lot of carbs. Gets his alcohol that way. Or I could see him every third beer, it's a shot type of thing. Like, that'll get you pretty loaded. All right, that brings us to the next award. Best quote of the week. All right, what do I got here? Oh, well, best quote. I included, how about the entire police statement of Mark Sanchez could be the best quote. But, oh, yeah, here we go. Chris Collinsworth had a gem at the beginning of the broadcast, referring to Josh Allen versus Mac Jones. If you want to be the man, you have to beat the man. Chris Collinsworth, like, that's one of his best ones. I got to say, that's a Hallmark card. That's on a banner above, like, the high school team's bus, you know, that they all have to touch when they go in. So I got those quotes, but the winner of the quote of the day comes from Mike Tirico. Did you see when the fan in the stands caught the pass that Josh Allen threw out of bounds?
The guy just took off.
Yeah, and Mike Tirico starts calling it as he runs up the stairs, like, he's going up the stairs. He's going to keep going. He's going to get a beer. He's gone. I was like, Tirico. I mean, that was A-lister. That was really, I can't wait to rewatch that later tonight. So that was my best quote, was Mike Tirico calls the fan catching the ball and running up the stairs.
I like that one. I like that one.
Yeah, I'm going to re-listen to it. It was great. You remember when that one announcer, when a squirrel ran on the field a couple years ago and the squirrel starts running and he starts calling the squirrel he's at the 40. He's at the 30. He stops. I can't remember who that was, but that was really funny too. So I went to Rico.
I'm going to go with something that Chris Sims pointed out, how Egbuka and Jackson Smith-Njigba, fun game to watch. These two are are two stars right in front of our eyes. That was a great quote. I think we're seeing the future of the wide receiver in those two receivers right there.
Interesting. Interesting lot of hot best quotes this week. Next award, Play Call Award. This one's always harder than it seems, but I got one. This is from Sunday night. It's not even, don't even call it Best Play Call Award. This is just Play Call Award. Did you see when the Patriots ran the flea flicker?
Yes.
But the running back really didn't run that far. And Drake Maye really didn't get that much depth. And the running back turned around and just a little toss to Drake Maye. And all of a sudden he was already being tackled.
Yeah, that was tough to watch.
That was a weird one. That was very weird. Oh, I had another. No, this isn't a quote. This was a funny observation from the Indianapolis game with Brady Quinn. They ran a halfback pass, the Colts did, and the Colts guy, he doesn't have anybody open, so he just throws it out of bounds with his left hand. And Brady Quinn goes, "Is he left-handed? I thought he was right-handed." I don't know. And that was it. That was it. And they had to come back from commercial, and they're like, "Yeah, he's left-handed." It was just a really funny, odd thing. He's like, "Is he left-handed? Thought he was right-handed." I don't know. Brady Quinn, everybody. What do you got? Best Play Call Award for the week.
I'm going to go best play call, the defensive stop at San Francisco over the Rams. That was the best defensive sequence we had seen in San Francisco for a long time.
Players are really good at punching out the ball these days. It's such a skill. Get the ball out, always at the weirdest opportune time. That was a good play call. That was a hugely turning point of the game. And also, you see the Rams running back just hold his head as soon as it happens. He's just so bummed out that he fumbled the ball. That brings us to our last award of the week. Who won the week, Omar? Who do you got?
This week, great one. I'm gonna go with some underdogs. The New England Patriots winning on Sunday night. That's a huge one. The 49ers go in as an underdog. They win a huge game, and obviously what happened today in Philadelphia. The Denver Broncos, just those underdogs traveling, and getting big wins.
Oh, underdogs won the week. Wow, you're really flipping on your team. You're very positive about your team now.
It's kind of funny, but yeah, I'm feeling a little better about it.
Yeah, wow, easy schedule. They're winning these games. They're getting injured. Doesn't matter. Very positive. All right, underdogs. That's a good one. I got 3 nominees for mine. I got Brady Quinn, Sean Payton, or how about the Drake Maye Stephon Diggs combo tonight?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's my who won the week. I think it's got to be Drake Maye, Stephon Diggs. Marquee game, under the lights, at or away at Buffalo. They did the whole whiteout, which I thought was cool, in Buffalo. Huge win. That was big. Did you catch the intro where a former Bills player revs up the crowd?
Yeah, who was it today?
I didn't recognize the name. I think they said a former running back. But that crowd was hyped. They were doing the "Let's Go Buffalo," the "Where would you rather be" chant. I was like, holy shit. And the Patriots were up for it. Amazing. Yeah, okay, what a Sunday night. Might have been our best Sunday night game of the year. Actually, that first Sunday night was Buffalo too, so keep putting Buffalo on Sunday night. All right, that brings us to one more game. It's the Monday night game, Omar. That's right. And that is Kansas City at Jacksonville. What if I told you, Omar, that Kansas City would be 2-2 and Jacksonville would be 3-1?
Crazy.
Going into Monday night. Your thoughts? Gonna watch it?
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to go Chiefs 27, the Jacksonville Jaguars 19.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm a little different. I'm gonna go Chiefs 25, Jacksonville 24. So if anybody's betting, Jaguars with the points. I think the Jaguars are up for the fight. Trevor Lawrence is not good, but he's going to be lucky in this game. And the Jacksonville defense might be good.
We'll see what happens.
We will see. All right, that was the Sunday Night Talk. Omar, we did it. What a packed Sunday.
Packed Sunday.
I can't believe, I really just can't believe the Raiders did this to me on my birthday of all things. It was brutal, but hey, we survived it. For Omar Carmona, for me, Patrick Ramirez, this has been the Sunday Night Talk. Welcome new subscribers. This is our show. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. We are here every single Sunday night, and we'll be here next week. Omar Carmona, thank you.